sunny day. I'm picking up a light. I'm picking up a light. Oh, we want it, it's coming on a sunny day. I'm picking up a light. I'm picking up a light. Oh, we want it, it's coming. Outside, we don't go when it's cold. Tonight, the frost is gone. We wake inside the pouring rain, teleport the aches and pain. Aches and pain. It's just a sunny day. I'm picking up a light. I'm picking up a light. Oh, we want it, it's coming on a sunny day. I'm picking up a light. I'm picking up a light. Oh, we want it, it's coming. We're floating gently away in the flood covered place used to run. We wake alive, the river's still. Waterfalls will bring us back to you. It's just a sunny day. I'm picking up a light. I'm picking up a light. Oh, we want it, it's coming on a sunny day. I'm picking up a light. I'm picking up a light. Oh, we want it, it's coming. It's just a sunny day. I'm picking up a light. I'm picking up a light. Oh, we want it, it's coming on a sunny day. I'm picking up a light. I'm picking up a light. Oh, we want it, it's coming. Outside, we don't go when it's cold. Tonight, the frost is gone. We wake inside the pouring rain.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Just give me just a moment. I have to queue up something here. So y'all be patient with me. I apologize. I thought I was already ready, but y'all give me a second here. Let me see. Uh-oh. Can you see me? All right, let me put myself on the big screen here. Hopefully y'all can see me well. Good morning, everybody. I have to do something here, so just give me a moment and allow me a little bit of patience. Hello, everyone. This is Marcellus McMillan. I am addressing you today because it has come to my attention that individuals online are stating that I have been named in a lawsuit. As of today, I have not been served with any legal documentation, nor have I received any official notice of a lawsuit filed against me. While I am aware of these claims being circulated publicly, no formal legal process has been initiated with me directly. I want to be upfront with you all, and I want to set the record straight because my integrity and my name means everything to me. I know Bernard Jordan. He was a guest on my show. At that time, I gave him a platform to speak about allegations being made against him by his former mentee. I was in support of him because I believed then, as I do now, that he deserved a fair and reasonable opportunity to tell his side of the story. I am genuinely shocked by the claims now being made about my involvement, and I believe these allegations are baseless and also malicious. I take matters like this very seriously, and I am consulting with legal counsel to ensure that the truth is properly addressed and documented. I have never participated in illegal surveillance, unlawful recordings, or the monetization of anyone's private life. If these false allegations are allowed to circulate unchecked, they could cause serious harm to my reputation as well as my character. Let me be very clear. Any vlogger, blogger, or content creator who knowingly spreads false information or defaming statements about me in connection with this matter will be addressed appropriately through legal channels. I will pursue all legal remedies to protect my name, my work, and my integrity. I ask that you guys stay with me through this process. I understand that situations like this can be very confusing or unsettling, but I will share updates as appropriate and as advised by counsel. I sincerely appreciate your continued support and patience and your willingness to hear the facts rather than people's online speculation. Thank you, and I will keep you informed as it relates to this particular matter. Just understand that information will be forthcoming.
Mad Church Disease, a channel that's all about current events, news, and Christian drama. A channel that's dedicated to our forgotten brothers and sisters throughout the ages. Our brothers and sisters who courageously stepped outside the safe bounds of institutional Christianity to tell the truth. A channel whose goal is to help the average person understand that Jesus plus nothing is everything. So like, comment, subscribe, and smash the notifications button to be a part of this channel.
Good morning. Now that we've got that out of the way, good morning, good morning, good morning. Everybody, I am doing well. I had a very restful weekend. I'm already laughing because let me tell you something. I love the Lord, and I'm so grateful to God that I know God for myself. I'm excited actually because I am going to be able to do a lot of things here in the next couple of weeks and months. Some things on a personal level that I've been wanting to do. And so I'm really excited, and I'm thinking that it most certainly is going to help things in the long run. I want some folks to understand, for those of you who follow this channel, who have known me for years, some of you, I know some of you have known me all the way back to my Church Folk Revolution days. I want you all to be very clear. When I tell you, excuse me, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this, I mean exactly what I say. And so I'm very grateful. I think it would be quite clear to anyone who follows this channel that I do not support nor have I ever supported Larry Reed in any endeavor. I want you all to hear me and hear me very carefully. I will never support that scrotum sniffing ball hugger in any case or form. Anyone that says anything other than that is an idiot, and they are willfully being stupid. Okay. It just, you don't, you do not have to be a rocket science to figure that out. Okay. So I just want to say that. So let me just let me just say that and get that out of there. I have to say that and make myself plainly clear about that. Oh, you know what? I forgot to bring up one of my photographs we're going to need for today's show, but I had to, and I'm having to address something that I deem to be actually maliciously and purposefully done to tarnish my name and to tarnish my brand. There is no other way that I can assume or look at this matter. That is my official statement, and I will not be speaking about this anymore. We will, of course, deal with this through counsel, and we'll let things go from there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not even supposed to be saying what I just said, but I just so you understand, that's where things are going to go. Okay. I think it's really, really unfortunate. I have sort of in this space taken the high road. There are other vloggers who have legal situations going on. There are other vloggers on this here internet who have been charged with certain things as it related to their ex-wives and girlfriends, and cases that I am fully aware of that I have never addressed or come online and went line by line and precept upon precept to tell you. But I want to be very, very clear. I try to elevate this space to a level that I think that people can be mutually respected and just move on. It is no secret who I am not rocking with in this space, right? We all know that. Very, 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 very easy, and it's so provable, it's almost ridiculous. So I'm going to tell you all this morning. First of all, I am so blessed. Let me tell you why I'm blessed. I'm blessed because I have good friends. I have great people who love me and who care about me. And I'm just very thankful. If you are new to my channel or you have never heard of a mad church disease, and that would be mad church disease. And let me just say, for all of you who are calling me mad cow disease and all of these other names, I appreciate the mad cow disease because that's actually where the name came from. But you don't understand intellectually why I chose that name, nor are you probably smart enough to figure it out. Although I've had it on this channel for, and I've had this for a number of years, even before I came up to YouTube. I've been called mad church disease. Okay. So I want to say that I got so much stuff I want to say. But just understand, ladies and gentlemen, that screenshots, transcripts, and all sorts of things are being done even today regarding certain individuals' comments, and even in the things that have been said in chats. Far too long, ladies and gentlemen, I have had to deal with individuals who have made all sorts of salacious claims and said all sorts of things about me that are false. And that's not even just regarding this situation. There have been other situations where I've had to tolerate it. I am no longer tolerating it, just so you know. If you are a commenter, I would advise you, no matter whose channel you are on, if they are speaking about this matter, you better tread very lightly, because your comments will be screenshot and there will be individuals that will be coming after folks saying all kinds of things. I'm just warning you now. Saying that I said things that I've never said, and, getting in comment section and thinking that that is cute and funny. I promise you, in this situation, you're going to find out that I'm really not playing. Okay. So I will most certainly handle myself accordingly, and you all will be able to see that in real time. Now, before I go forward, if you're new to my channel and you want to keep up with all things Mad Church Disease, we do have a newsletter that you, of course, can subscribe to. The moderators will, of course, put that information down in the chat for you. That would be, and it will also be located in the description if you are watching this by the replay. It is the Digital Learn Deals link. You just simply click on that link and click the first cube that you see. It's probably this way. On the screen, and that's what you can click on to join the email newsletter. Okay. All right. So thank y'all so very much, and I really appreciate your support. Also, if you are supporting the Mad Church Disease channel, we do ask that every time we come live, that at least 10 of you would do at least $10 to support our broadcast. I'm most certainly going to ask for you guys to support the broadcast on today. So if you guys would be so kind as to do that, that will be very, very helpful. I'm going to need at least 10 of you guys today to support the broadcast, and I would appreciate it. So thank you so very much. I want to send a shout out to Loretta. Loretta, thank you for being the very first person today to support the Mad Church Disease channel. Now, if I could get the rest of you all to support the channel, at this time, I believe we only need 5 more of you all to support us with $10, and we will have already accomplished our goal for today. So shout out to all of you that are supporting the broadcast, and I appreciate your help. Now, let me also say this. If you hear anybody saying anything, you most certainly will be able to direct them to my official statement. That official statement will be reposted on this channel, and you will be able to forward them to the official statement. Now, let me say this. I got up this morning. Normally, I don't lay in my bed and immediately start going to social media. But, I've been trying to open up and listen a little bit more to different preachers and pastors and things. And so I've just been perusing the internet, and I'll listen to sermons and listen to people who are going live, etc., etc. So this morning I rolled over and hit the button on Facebook and decided to go over there with Robbie Warren. You all are familiar. Robbie Warren's been on the platform. I've been on the platform with Regina on the Juice Radio talk show over there with Robbie Warren. And he just so happened this morning to be talking, as he so randomly does. And he just so happened to be mentioning someone on this platform that you guys know I don't typically care for, which happens to be Brian Carn. Let me address something that I want to say about this before we get into the rest of the stories on today. One of the reasons why so many people are losing such respect for churches, pastors, and bishops and so forth is because of the lackadaisical and excuse-making attitude of other prophets, preachers, evangelists, etc. I don't know if Robbie's going to see this video, if he's going to come by this video, but I was annoyed beyond mention. I understand that the DOJ does not sentence Brian Carn, okay? I get that. I understand that. That's a no-brainer, right? Although I made a statement inside of his chat regarding, thank God for the DOJ, these preachers have a real unique way. Let me say this. They have a real unique way of trying to play both sides of the fence. On the one hand, a person can be convicted of a crime, and you will still run around and hear these people calling them prophets, bishops, pastors, etc., etc. And then you wonder why the church is losing people left to right, pastors, leaders, teachers. Hear me and hear me very carefully. Hey, Simply Tasha, good morning to you. Hear me very well, and I'm gonna greet some more of you all in a minute. This is why people are leaving the church, because y'all are making excuses for it. Now, you can say whatever you want. When I say he deserves to go to jail, when I say, in my opinion, Brian Carn deserves to go to jail, that is my opinion. I am entitled to my opinion. I don't care whether you like it or don't like it. Let me also say, if I call somebody a false prophet, if I call them a liar, if I have an opinion about them, that is my opinion. I don't care if you don't like my opinion. But one thing you better do is you better make sure that you keep your opinion about me and my chat and the people that come up on my platform. If you're going to be rude about it, keep it to yourself. Because you can have your opinion about me, but don't call me no name and don't be acting no fool, because y'all know I don't allow that to happen to you, and I will most certainly will not allow that to happen to people in the chat. Let me also say this. You know, I've been very kind to a lot of vloggers. I've been very kind to a lot of people. Let me just say this. I'm going to spend some time in the near future showing the lies and deception. I'm going to take some time in the near future to expressly show you how some people think they slick, sly, and they're going to get away with some stuff. And I will address some stuff later. But see, I let people lie on me all the time. I don't never address it most of the time. Only time I address it, if it kind of like really gets under my skin a little bit, I'll address it. But now I feel like some of y'all, because I don't come after your nappy-headed behinds, you think that I just didn't see what you said, or I didn't hear what you said. And just understand, some of you, I'm going to address some of these so-called content creators. I'll be dealing with y'all soon. Don't worry about that. And I'm going to be respectful, and I'm going to prove my point, because I'm going to show you and let you listen to you say certain things. Amen. Bless God. Let me take a sip, because I got to breathe. But what I'm also going to start doing over here is I'm going to stop letting all of you people who go on one platform and talk about me like a dirty dog, then come over here in my chat and pretend like you ain't said nothing. I'm going to also start addressing some of you. Now, I normally let that stuff slide because I try to take the high road, you know, because I'm not one of those vloggers who likes to beat up on the people in the chat. But what I'm starting to understand is some of y'all think y'all slick, sly, and you think that nobody sees the stuff that you have said or done. I have seen it. I have just decided to take the high road. But now I think I'm going to go on the low road with some of y'all. If you do not stop your behavior, if you do not cut it out, I'm no longer going to allow you to come over here, because this is ridiculous. I don't understand why you all think you can play in my face and I don't see what you're doing and hear what you have said. I have seen it. I have heard it. I just don't address it, because like most men, we hear stuff, we see stuff, and we just shoot the stuff to the birds. We be like, oh, that's for the birds. I ain't dealing with this stupid. Because first of all, it's immature, in my opinion. You know, it's very childish. It's just stupid. And I just hate having to stop and address certain things. But back to Robbie Warren, because I want to get this out here. Back to Robbie Warren. So I'm over there in the chat this morning with Robbie Warren, and he is trying to tell the folks on his little live, well, you know, there's different jurisdictions about who's going to sentence Brian. And we all know that. You know, one of the things that bothers me too about some of these preachers, y'all, first of all, y'all keep trying to talk to folks like they don't understand basic things. I tell stories every day about individuals who have been convicted of crimes. So I pretty much know they have to stand before a judge. I know they're not going to the Department of Justice and standing before the Department of Justice to be sentenced. So repeating that is just asinine. You know, it's asinine. And I don't know why anybody would do that. That's just first of all. Now, I love you, Robbie, and I ain't mad at you or nothing. I ain't mad at you or nothing. But I just want you to understand some of the points you made this morning, I just did not understand. I don't understand why you kept repeating yourself. The point I made was he deserves to go to jail. He deserves to go to jail. I'm not making no excuses for Brian Carn. You understand? I'm not making any excuses for Brian Carn. And to me, anyone who makes excuses for Brian Carn and tries to, you know, walk like, you know, and backtrack and walk as if Brian Carn does not deserve to go to jail, I don't know what to say about you. It's almost like you so-called prophets and individuals, y'all have this thing where, you know, you will address one another, But for some reason, when somebody else addresses you, you feel like you don't have to give credence to it. And then you wonder why church folks and people don't want to be bothered with the institutional church anymore. You understand what I'm saying? This is why people don't want to go, because the people who claim to be the spiritual leaders and the people who claim to be, have this anointment from God, you all are the ones who are creating this kind of environment that nobody wants to be a part of. And shout out to all of you in the chat. Can y'all please hit the like button? I got 56 likes and almost 200 folks watching. Please hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Please, and I know everybody's here because y'all were waiting for me to say something about some mess, but that ain't happening because I gave y'all my official statement. If you was late, you go back and watch the beginning of the program. But I didn't appreciate that, Robbie. I'm just going to tell you, I didn't appreciate it. I did not appreciate it. I did not appreciate that. And that's why I left. And I left so that I would, keep my attitude in check, because I don't have any issues with you, but I did not appreciate that. That's why people do not like going to the institutional church, because y'all keep making excuses for these ninjas and y'all will not address them properly. And you heard what I said. And I meant what I said. Oh man, I forgot to put this other picture, because y'all know I like flowing into the stories. So I guess I'm about to take my time this morning, Lord, because I didn't do nothing I was supposed to do. I was too busy trying to make sure that I read what I was supposed to read. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Here we go. Where is it? Here it is. The Jesus done told me. Hold on. Let me shout out to I Am Human First. Thank you so much for supporting the platform. I appreciate you. I just got the notification. I hate when this thing starts acting up. Oh my God. Get off of my screen, please. What do you want me to do with this? I don't want any widgets. Oh my God. Okay. This computer is gives on my nerves sometimes. What is this? Okay, we'll exit out of that. Oh, y'all give me a minute. I apologize, y'all. It's gonna be one of those days. I can see. What is this? Read later. Let's put this here. And I'll adjust this later. Let's change this. Father. There we go. All right, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Now, let me read some of y'all comments and say hello to y'all before I get into some of this story while we waiting on the people to hit the like button. Hey, Ava Collier, good morning to you, ma'am. Good morning to you. Let me shout out some of you guys. Hey, Steph. And thank you for being here, Stephanie. And you're welcome to come up later, Steph, and talk about whatever it is you'd like to talk about. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Beautiful Ashes, thank you so very much. Cece, thank you for being here. April, thank you so much for being here. Shout out to all of you. I know that's right. I wouldn't want to shovel it either. All y'all got all of that snow. I ain't fooling with none of that stuff. But shout out to all of you all. Shout out to Patsy. We're celebrating something for Patsy today. I didn't know if she wanted me to mention it publicly, so I won't say what it is. But shout out to Patsy. You know we love you, Patsy. Patsy is one of our moderators here. So shout out to Patsy. I know where you are, and I know you're probably not even going to see or hear this, but God bless you, Patsy. And we're excited for you. Shout out for all of you guys. Shout out to all of you. So that's where I'm at with that. Hey, Dion as well. Well, he started off the program talking about him and saying that stupid stuff. Now, Dion, you should know better than to go over there and be talking about that man's beard, and you're making an insult to him, talking about he looked homeless. Because he did talk about it, and he talked about the fact that you all just keep making these kind of statements. Dion, that is immature and it's dumb. You have no business going over there telling that man that his beard makes him look homeless. And he explained to y'all why he grew out the beard, and he expressed to himself why he did that. What's wrong with y'all? I mean, these are grown up. Y'all not no kids. Dion, what's wrong with you? That don't make no sense. And you should apologize to the man because you had no business saying that foolishness. No. You go back over there and watch what he said this morning about y'all talking about his beard. No. You go back and watch it. You go back and watch it. Because I heard it and I heard what the man said. So you go back and you go let him say. I don't care if he was in just saying that it made him look homeless. Dion, y'all cross the line all the time with some of these comments. You know, y'all should stop all that foolishness. You know, you should just stop it. And you say those types of things sometimes, Dion, and you know exactly what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You know exactly what you're doing. And it just irritates me. Oh, well, you can't watch him because he's still talking about y'all talking about his beard. If that was months ago, he's still talking about it today, about the comments y'all made about his beard. I'm just saying, he was talking about it this morning. Anyway, let me move on. Let me move on. But just understand, just because you on Facebook don't mean you safe. So govern yourselves accordingly. That's all I'm saying. Because y'all need to stop all of this foolishness. Let me move on. Let me move on. Did I bring up that other photograph? Let me bring up this man before I go crazy this morning, because y'all just be doing too much in these comments. Y'all really do. All right. Let me bring this guy up. And you know, I'm not one of these people who cuss out commenters and go in the comment section and be cussing out folks. I don't do that. But I'm starting to understand why some people, content creators, do it. I really am. I'm starting to figure that out. I really am. I'm starting to figure it out. I really am. Because y'all know I came back to YouTube. I didn't even have no YouTube channel until 2020, I believe, when we was in COVID. I ain't even had no YouTube channel. I was going about my business. I wasn't thinking about having no YouTube channel. And all of a sudden, you know, people just, I don't know, you put yourself in, and next thing you know, you got all kinds of, I know I'm focused, but let's move on. Thank you, Moni. I'm focused. Y'all remember I told you this story Friday about Pastor David A. Rogers, who's in Utica, Kentucky. He was serving as worship pastor at Pleasant Grove Baptist Church. Y'all remember that I told you that the police arrested him with multiple essay crimes and so forth. Well, this weekend, he went ahead and did everybody a favor, and he offed himself. You heard me correctly. He's no longer with us. He's no longer with us. He's gone bye-bye. He's gone to the upper room. Oh, he done went to get to that gate so they can tell him which way he's going. Oh, Lord. David A. Rogers is no longer with us. He took the easy route to himself, and he offed himself. Yes, he's gone. He's gone. He's with Jesus. He laid down. Don't y'all start with me this morning. Don't you start with me. Yes, that is exactly what it is. Somebody say he refused to face the music. Yes, Lex. Absolutely. He took the easy way out. He gone. I'm just saying. Ladies and gentlemen, he's gone. That is the update. That's as far as you're going to get with me with that update. He's gone to be with the King. And that's what happens, you know, when these people don't want to take ownership of the stuff that they do. They just simply, you know, take the easy route out. I've got 84 of you all that have hit the like button, almost with 200 of you. Can y'all get me to at least 125 likes? I would appreciate it. I have about a couple more stories, and then we can chit chat, and then y'all can ask me whatever you want. And I will have to be honest with you. I have to be limited in what I can say in regards to this supposed, lawsuit or whatever. But I will most certainly answer whatever I can answer. And I will have to be guarded on some of my responses. I'm just making you aware of that ahead of time. Yeah, but he's gone. He's with Jesus in them. Now, some of you may be familiar with this story. This man's name is Aaron Williams Jr. He is 56 years old. He is the pastor of Maddox Memorial Church of God in Christ in Mansfield, Ohio. He was caught, according to the report. He was charged with public indecency for engaging in a S act with a woman in a public park. You guys might have seen this story on this channel, and you might have also seen it on my brother from another mother, Dawson Speaks channel. And Dawson Speaks covered this as well. Well, apparently he has just now entered a not guilty plea, and that is the reason why I am bringing this up. Okay. Now, he had some trial dates that were set, but this is another reason why I wanted to talk about this morning, right along with that Brian Carn foolishness. I don't understand why we assume that just because somebody puts reverend, pastor, or whatever in front of their name, or whomever it may be, you could call yourself intergalactic wonder, that you automatically attribute some sort of morality to these individuals because they put reverend in front of their name. Let me tell you something. These people being allowed to get away with all of this stuff, and they're able to be out amongst the public and still, going around in society. I just don't understand it, because a normal person, if you and I were caught with some of this same stuff, most of us would be in jail and they would not let us out. But just because somebody calls himself a reverend or something to that effect, they let them out. Okay. This particular incident was reported on August the 30th of 2025. He was supposed to, enter pleas and all of this kind of stuff, but I don't know what happened, because according to my information and what was just came across my desk, actually this morning, he just entered this plea within a couple of days ago. So he's been getting, these people have been scapegoating around this stuff for all of this time. I'm sorry. Just because you put reverend in front of your name doesn't mean that you operate with the most integrity and you have the highest of all reputations, because of course you can say that about yourself. But when somebody has to put documentation to otherwise, some of those things can be refuted. Ladies and gentlemen, amen. Bless God. So I just simply want to say he entered into the plea. According to the report, police observed two people in the rear seat of a vehicle engaging in a sex act in a public area during their patrol. All right. Now, if you guys want to keep up with this particular story, I want you to go over to Dawson Speaks and y'all can check it out. I'll put a link in the chat for you all. You all can go over there, and if you're on YouTube later, you can go back and you can check that video. I think Dawson did a great job on this story. I am simply not trying to go into every single detail of this story because we've already talked about this, blah, 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 and blah. Okay. Now let me bring up this other individual, and I apologize because I had to get some official things done, so I wasn't able to put up everything. All right. Now, and here's another reason why I had to talk about the Brian Carn thing today. This gentleman, we covered this. His name is Adrian Davis. Y'all have heard about it. If you haven't heard about it, he was the former pastor of All Nations Worship Center in Huntsville, Alabama. He was sentenced to 5 years, ladies and gentlemen, in prison. Y'all remember I read to you the document and the case. He embezzled, according to the document, $434,339 from his church. He pled guilty in October of 2025 to wire fraud and filing false tax returns. Now, here is what I wanted to say, and the point that I was trying to make that I was not able to make this morning with Robbie Warren. This guy only embezzled $434,000 from his church. Brian Carn, according to the DOJ, amended his tax return, and his was over $600,000. This guy got 5 years in prison. So I'm hoping, and I need for those of you, since everybody want to agree with something in prayer, I want y'all to agree with me in prayer that Brian Carn goes to jail. That's why I want y'all to agree with me. Send his black behind to jail. That's where he belongs. You heard me. Y'all want to shondo bobo, and you want to claim everybody is a prophet or and a wonder and all of this mess, and you praying for this and you're praying for that. Pray that we get justice, and pray that the justice is swift and that this fool goes to jail. That's what I said. I'm agreeing with everybody in prayer that this fool goes to jail. I'm tired of y'all making excuses for these people, and I'm sick of y'all allowing folks to just do whatever they want to do and then come back here and act like these people ain't never done the stuff that they've done. It's one thing to allege that people have said something. It's another to prove it. Oh, bless the name of God. It's one thing to lie on people, but it's another thing to actually have to prove it. Bless the name of the Lord. I'm so grateful to God. I'm so grateful to the Lord that I kept my mouth quiet about that stupid ass email. But just like I told y'all in the beginning, what did I tell y'all in the beginning? Didn't I tell y'all that somebody sent me that crap to bring me into some foolishness that I had nothing to do with? Didn't I tell y'all that? Didn't I tell y'all that? You don't believe me? Go back to the original video. They're still up on the channel. It don't take a rocket science to figure out where I stand. Say what now? Say who doing what? Who recording who? Who got audios? Say what now? Okay, no problem. Easy, easy, easy. But see, I can only assume that people are being malicious when they say certain things and try to attribute certain things to my name and my brand. Amen. Yes, Lord. I'm going back to the story. Amen. I'm going back to the story. Amen. 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 Easy peasy. Easy peasy. I can say a couple of things, but and I kept that within the context of what I am allowed to say. Okay. All right. I'm just saying. And shout out to all of you that are in the chat. I'm just saying he needs to go to jail. He needs to go to jail. He needs to go to jail. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. Don't care if you don't like it. It's my opinion. All right. Moving right along, ladies and gentlemen, because y'all know I don't try to keep you that long. Some of you may know who this is. I didn't even know this man. Oh, Lord. His name, y'all hit the like button, please. Please hit the like button. His name is Caleb Flynn. Flynn is the former Ohio worship pastor and the 2013 American Idol contestant. He was on American Idol. I don't watch American Idol. I ain't watched American Idol since Fantasia. Maybe I didn't love you quite as good as I should have. I'm trying to tell you, Fantasia sang that. Let me tell you, Fantasia sang so well in American Idol. When she sang, and this is how you know an artist is a real good artist. Fantasia was singing an Elvis Presley song, and I didn't even know it was an Elvis Presley song. She took that song and turned that song into her own song. And I was like, I had to go look it up. I said, who wrote this song? It was Elvis Presley. And Fantasia sang the heck out of that song. And she happens to be from North Carolina. I love me some Fantasia. She sang the heck out of that song. Now, the last time or the last vivid picture that I have of American Idol is watching Ruben Studdard win American Idol against Clay Aiken. Who came first, Fantasia or Ruben? I don't remember. Who came first? I think it was Fantasia, because I think Ruben might have been the year afterwards. Am I right? Y'all tell me, because I don't remember. I don't remember. Fantasia came first. Okay, good, because I couldn't remember. Thank you. Thank you, April. Listen here. Fantasia did that thing. And then I was happy for Ruben, but I knew that they were going to promote Clay Aiken way more than they promoted Ruben. And Ruben was the person who actually won. And, you know, let me just point this out, because we're talking about American Idol and this guy. And I promise I'm going to get to the story in a second. Oh, my goodness. Let me tell you something, Stephanie. That Fantasia sang the heck out of that song. She sang the heck out of that song. I actually went out. That's when we were still buying CDs. I actually went out and bought Fantasia's CD. And that's how I found out that it was an Elvis Presley song. You know, y'all remember back in the day when we would get the albums and we would get the CDs and we would open them up and look at the pictures and the graphics on the inside. And then you would read and see who wrote the song and, you know, who, you know, how the song was attached to other and who did the music. Y'all remember those? Y'all remember those? Y'all remember that? So yeah, I used to love to read those, to read the inside of the album cover. Y'all know I used to be a avid gospel music buyer, but I don't buy none of them ninjas. I stream everything. You get my 25 cents or whatever it costs the first month that y'all, because everything costs nowadays. I'm just saying, everything is monthly. Moving right on. So Caleb Flynn, his wife, Ashley Flynn, is a substitute teacher as well as a volleyball coach. Caleb was arrested and charged with the unaliving of his own wife, the American Idol singer and contestant. This guy right here, Caleb, unalived his own wife. Take a breath. Former pastor, I want to be clear, worship pastor, unalived his wife. According to the information, this incident occurred on the early morning of February 16th, and he was arrested, you all, on the 19th. Okay, he just was arraigned on the 20th. Today's just the 23rd. That means 3 days ago. Okay, he is scheduled to be in court on the 26th. It seemed that the incident happened at the couple's home in Tip City, Ohio, which is a suburb about 15 miles north of Dayton. Okay, Caleb, who is 39 years old, is the former worship pastor and American Idol contestant, and he is the one that has been arrested and charged. Okay, just so that we're clear on that. He was also, they were also added on a felony assault, tampering with evidence in connection with the fatal shooting of his wife, etc., etc. He is now sitting under a $2 million bond. And so that's what the situation. So he is a former pastor and American Idol contestant. All right. And now I'm not going to say that there aren't situations where people can get really heated in their situations, but I just want you to know, unaliving your spouse. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have used that word. Unaliving your spouse is not the way to go, ladies and gentlemen. Unaliving your spouse is not the way to go. I'm going to simply, we got about a couple of minutes here. I'm going to simply drop the links in case anybody needs to come up and give respectful commentary and have a respectful question. I do not mind, and I will answer basically based on the preview, purview that I've been given if I have an opportunity to respond to your question. So I appreciate everyone, and you guys have that link. So I need for everybody, if you can, please do me the awesome favor at this particular time and hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so very much for tuning into today's program. For those of you that came late, I made my official statement at the beginning of this program. That is my official statement in regards to any alleged, lawsuits or things of that nature. I address those things at the start of this particular program. Okay. So the link has been dropped for anybody that would like to come up. Stephanie, I see you there, and here you are, my friend. Let me put on my headphones and I will most certainly bring you on up. Let me just make sure I see the avatar, but we always got some interesting folks who show up. Stephanie, I want to make sure this is you. Is this you?
What it do? What it do?
All right. What it do? What it do? Glad to have you with us here on the Mad Church Disease podcast. What's up, Steph?
Man. These snakes can't help but snakes. They can't help but snake, right?
I know. And
That's
boy,
gonna
do I know.
hit, and snake's gonna hiss, right? That's just what they do.
I know.
So, I think there are although anybody can file anything, anybody can run down to the courthouse and give something to the clerk, and the clerk has a ministerial duty to file stamp it and put it in the court record, right? And then they can serve. I can write a lawsuit right now where I'm suing my neighbor because her roses are ugly. I can write that out on a napkin and take it down to the county courthouse and get it file stamped and serve her with a copy of it. That doesn't mean it's going anywhere,
Right.
And so I know people love to, get all, it's sensational and it's real, scandalous that, oh, somebody's suing somebody. And there's a wide misconception that for lawsuits to get served or, get a file stamp put on them, that they've somehow been, vetted by somebody at the court with some official capacity. Of course, they have not been. They have not been. The judge does not pre-approve certain things to be filed.
Right.
No one takes a look at this. No one, nothing. We have an adversarial system, which means the judge is basically hands off until somebody moves to do something with the trash that they filed, right? And
Right.
so I think it's laughable. I think, like I put in the comments in the chat, Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, my Mima, and the guy that asked for change down on the corner of the street down here all could see that you do not have anything and never have. You've had a quite the oppositional relationship with this most integral blogger over there, Mr. Live. I think I think that's to put it mildly. You've had a very oppositional relationship with him. So for anybody to, it's absurd to say that you would have acted in adjacent to, in conjunction with the assistance of, anything you could name that would make you a party to anything like this is laughable, especially when, and this is what I love about YouTube content, because this is how I kind of came into the church sector myself, was I watched, during the pandemic, right? I watched the history of videos to see how things had come about between you and a most integral blogger over there, Mr. Live. So I already knew the history of it. So basically on YouTube, you have a real-time record of preservation of basically everything that's happened for the last 5, 6, 7, 10, 11 years between you and Mr. Live. So I think like that in of itself, that's contemporaneous. That would get past the hearsay rules because you did not make it for purposes of litigation, and so, there are and basically, like, at the end of the day, if I was to have sued my neighbor because her roses are ugly, then I would have no basis under the law to do that. And there would be consequences for me, particularly as an attorney that should have known better, right? And those consequences could be in the form of a bar sanction or monetary sanctions or, all of the above, attorney's fees if you have to hire an attorney to get rid of this. There are consequences for things when you do things like this.
That is correct. And I want to reiterate, as of today, I have not been served with any legal documentation, nor have I received any official notice of any lawsuit filed against me. I would also like to reiterate, I do know who Bernard Jordan is. He was a guest on my show, and at that time, I gave him a platform to speak about the allegations that were made against him about his former mentee. I was in support of him because I believe then, as I still do now, that he deserved a fair and reasonable opportunity to tell his side of the story. And so that is my official comment in relation to that, Steph, but please continue.
And as an officer of the court, I was there. I remember everything that you just said to be correct. That is exactly my recollection of the events as they transpired. And I do not have any personal knowledge of the aforementioned if you've been served or not, but I don't have any reason to believe that that's untrue. So, I completely support everything you just said, and I wholly endorse it. And so, that's another thing, right? It's like somebody could come out here and just announce like, hey, I've got all these people under a lawsuit. Do you remember the nice lady that was running around here saying that she was suing all of us and our dogs and cats?
Right.
And nobody ever got served with anything.
Correct.
So to say that, you're suing somebody that's an easy thing to say.
Well, I just want to reiterate this. I believe when there is proof of the contrary, when individuals make such salacious allegations, I believe that those allegations can only be looked upon as being baseless, but also malicious.
Absolutely.
So to attribute my name to anything where there is irrefutable proof in the social media spaces and places and in the world, period, I can only assume that people are being malicious in their characterization of me and filing of any sort of said sort of documentation. So those things will be handled accordingly. Steph, the only thing that I can simply say is good luck.
Yeah, they're gonna need it. They're
Yeah.
gonna need it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
That's all I have
I
to say.
it's absurd. It's absurd.
That's it.
And if things, as we call it, the status quo, which means things as they are now, will continue to be such, because anybody even contemplating such a thing will come to their senses.
Right.
Right.
There's some stuff that I've been made aware of that I did not even know, that just I'm in shock of. There are people who have said certain things that I have said that I have never said. And so I just cannot wait. I cannot wait. I just cannot wait. So that's all I have to say on that. That's it. I have to stay focused.
Yes, and as an attorney who's not representing you because there is no action, but who couldn't represent you anyway, because I'm a witness to exactly what transpired, and I'm not licensed in the state of California. None of what I've just said is to be construed as legal advice.
Correct.
Nor am I involved with any of this personally or professionally. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, and I appreciate you coming up and giving me your statements. I'm just as shocked as everyone else.
Right.
The one thing that most of you who have communicated to me have been saying, well, we're shocked. And I was like, I'm shocked too, because I didn't even know anything or does exist. And I'm still unaware of the truthfulness of any of this stuff, because I have not been served with any legal documentation. So I don't know what, for the basis of all of this, I'm just like, what in the world is going on? But I will tell you this. I do believe that anybody who attaches my name to that scrotum sniffer, it knows fully well that they are being malicious and they are lying and trying to malign my character.
Or they have been like Rip Van Winkle and have been asleep up until forever, and still are. There's absolutely no way you can a good faith allegation that anything else, even approaching the contrary, could be true. Not if you had any. I mean, have they been on YouTube? I mean, period. Have they been on YouTube? Because if you haven't been on YouTube, you cannot even entertain a thought to the contrary. We know what this is. This has been going on a long damn time.
Right. Mm-hmm. And there's so much evidence to the contrary of so many things that have been stated. But I just want to say, if anybody is concerned about RICO, the only RICO that I am aware of is I am redeemed in Christ and an overcomer. So
Amen to that.
RICO, I am redeemed in Christ and I'm an overcomer. So I don't know any other thing about any sort of RICO. So God bless individuals. And I understand it is for the salaciousness of it. And, because of the nature, right, for the nature of the work that I do, I can only assume that people are being malicious, because I know otherwise. So those things will be handled. I'm just saying, it's only so far people think they can get away with stuff, but okay, whatever.
Right. And I mean, and I think it's when you know things, and when you said they sent this to me for a reason, I mean, you knew. And and sometimes people look at you like you're crazy, but then it's like, no, I know what's going on. I've been involved with this for so long. I know how these people move.
Right.
And you called it. You called it.
Of course I did. And I had to go to somebody else who I had to speak to about that, because I told y'all from the beginning that I have no dealings with that individual. They had to go through somebody else just to be able to send me an email. You know what I mean? So this is
Right.
this whole thing is ridiculous. But anyway, Kelly, you are live with the Mad Church Disease podcast. I just want to hear your voice. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Kelly. Well, you are
Okay.
alive on the Mad Church Disease podcast. What would you like to add to the conversation?
I won't get too much into it, but I was defending you on somebody's live yesterday about this. I was like, Marcellus, what? Why would he be included in this? I remember the live. You didn't even go into details about what was sent to you. You were upset about the truth to power. And you did your whole live was about speaking truth to power and
Absolutely.
what you've done in your life and how you've helped people and what your platform is about. You even said, I don't care who anybody does anything with privately. You didn't care about what was sent. You didn't even want to discuss it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
I was like, why is he included in this?
well, I believe that, to be honest with you, there's certain speculations that I have towards individuals, trying to mention me and maliciously attack my character, my name, and my brand. And I do believe that there are reasons that individuals are doing that. And of course, those things will be discussed at a later particular time, because all of this is going to become public record after a while.
Mhm.
And so, those things will be addressed. I just believe it, it doesn't take a rocket science to research this information. So someone did not do their due diligence. That's all I can say.
Right.
That's the
right.
only thing I can assume at this particular point. If these things are true, I can just simply say, but what I'm surprised by is vloggers and people who are close to this situation and close to these individuals who are claiming to have filed this particular lawsuit, not taking the initiative to, speak to those individuals when they know otherwise to the contrary. I could only assume that those individuals are, taking the low road and trying not to address their individuals, because we all on the internet know who are who has these newfound relationships with these people, right? And who are close to this situation. So just understand, watch how individuals are moving. Now, I'm going to tell you what the Lord told me to do. I'm going to be honest with you. And this is one of the reasons why I know God has really been dealing with me as of late. He told me to sit back and to watch and to listen at how some of these people are talking about this situation as well as myself, and to watch the commenters. That's what I was told to do, because I'm going to get a revelation of some of you, and God's going to give me a revelation of some of these other content creators. Now, I had already made up my mind about a few, but I'm walking lightly and treading lightly in this situation. But I look forward to handling this. I really do. I look forward to it.
And might I add, I believe, was it that particular live where the person's adult child, gave you a large super chat?
Well, Kelly, I will just simply say this. We all are aware, who have been paying attention and have done our research, that there are several nuanced things in this situation that must be addressed and that can be handled to, look at things in a different light and in a different perspective. And
Right.
that's where I'll leave that. Mhm.
All right. Well, you guys have a great day.
You're so very welcome. And thank you for coming up. All right,
Yeah, I'm
Steph.
gonna drop down too. But thanks for having me up. And I mean, this is just one more situation where God's gonna prove that He is a powerful God, and He'll use all this for His glory, as He always does. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, here's the sad part about it. To find myself supporting an individual and speaking well of an individual, and then to have an individual turn around and make all sorts of allegations and malicious claims against me, I find diabolical.
absolutely,
Absolutely diabolical. And I also find it to be malicious.
yeah.
I don't think any person could look at it in any other way, but I will most certainly take care of that. But thank you for coming up, Stephanie. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Of
For
course,
coming
thank
up.
you.
You're very welcome. Shout out to Stephanie, you all, for coming up. Y'all know I love me some Stephanie. Shout out to all of you guys that are supporting the Mad Church Disease. If I can get at least 3 of you to give at least $10 more, we will of course hit our goal on today. Thank y'all. I know I didn't tell y'all or remind y'all. If you're watching the replay and you want to be a blessing to the platform, please do so. I appreciate you guys doing that. And so, yes. So I appreciate every single one of you. So shout out to Regina and the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Shout out to all of the content creators. I appreciate you. And that's all I have on the matter. Shout out to I Am Human First. I sort of call him our he is the historian. He is the historian because he's able to most certainly address certain things and say certain things and get certain things done. He's able to. All right, you might want to turn yourself down in the back, Dion, because we got a replay going on.
Okay.
Turn that down.
You might want to turn. I'm sorry, brother. I'm here.
Okay. All right, Dion. What do you want to add to the conversation?
Interesting show, brother. Interesting show. I just like to say that I was on Robbie's show a couple of months ago, and all he said was some of y'all think I might look homeless with this beard of mine. And after I gave a donation to him, and he also shouted me out being the only one that gave him a donation, and I agree with his comment. I just jokingly agreed, and he blocked me.
Well, yeah, because
I couldn't believe it, brother.
Well, I'm here to tell you, you should believe it because he's still talking about it. It is now February the 23rd.
5 months.
Yes,
wow.
But you need to understand, words have effect on people a certain way. Everybody's different, Dion. You got to understand.
Right.
Now, I understand where you come from with your views. I respect you for having your views. I let you come up and give me your views, although they are diametrically opposed to mine in a lot of different areas. But I give you the right to say what your opinion is, right? You got to understand. First of all, let me tell you this, Dion. Preachers are very sensitive. These preachers think they can say anything about everybody, but the moment that you say something about them, they get their panties in a bunch, right? And we've all seen that on the internet. I'm sorry to tell you, this morning, I was making a comment about the fact that the DOJ is going to help to take care of Brian Carn. And when I said help to take care, that was just simply saying that he got arrested and they're going to help to do what the church refuses to do, right? And so then I said, well, he deserved to go to jail, or I made some comment about going to jail. And, to watch him, say, oh, well, there's different jurisdictions and y'all don't know. Ninja, we don't care about no different jurisdiction. The point is he needs to go to jail for what he did. And if Adrian went to jail for stealing what 400 something thousand, according to the DOJ's website, Brian Carn amended his tax return all the way from 1.3 million down to what was it? He said he took a salary of $120,000, which left us over $600,000 difference. Like, dude, no. And I'm sick of preachers backpedaling when they just need to say the man deserves to go to jail. You would have thought I was waterboarding Robbie Warren this morning. You would have thought I was pouring water on his face with a napkin over his mouth because for some odd reason, he just could not say that the man deserved to go to jail. He deserves to go to jail.
And he was just condemning Brian Carn for so many months. It reminds me of it's just ridiculous, man. Like I said, I don't get it. He's condemning Brian Carn in all these videos, Robbie Warren, that is, and now he's trying to protect him.
Yeah, it's absurd, and I don't get it. I don't understand it, and I like Robbie, and I like
Warren too.
You know what? I'm trying to give a lot of these preachers a lot more. I'm trying to develop a lot more patience, and I'm trying to address them in a different way because I don't want all preachers to think I hate every preacher or I hate the church, blah, 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 because I get blamed for everything.
Mad church disease.
Yeah. I'm mad cow disease every week and every day. Right. So I'm trying to give people an understanding. I'm not new to this. I am a former pastor myself. Okay. I was an assistant pastor. I have been doing this work and preaching since I was 14, 15 years old. Don't come for me unless you know my history. That's what y'all need to keep in your mind when you address me and you come to my channel. Do not come for me unless you know my history. You don't know me. You think you know me, and you do not know who I know. And so it would be best for you to just be respectful, because I try to be respectful to all of you. I don't understand why I have to get so much pushback and so much rude stuff from avatars. Because this is the other thing that I'm tired of. If I'm going to do my work in such a professional manner, I'm tired of these avatars. These avatars that got on my last nerve. And some of these people, if I have the ability to come over here with my voice and my face, I'm tired of addressing avatars. So you're going to be very surprised now how I move forward in the world when it comes to addressing certain individuals, because I'm not addressing avatars. I'm not addressing avatars. And some of you just going to get blocked and deleted and cussed out before you do. Now, I'm trying to be patient. I really am trying to be patient. I'm trying to be patient.
Well, praise God, Robbie Warren didn't cuss me out, but he did send me my donation back. I couldn't believe it, brother. But you used to fellowship with McClendon, right?
Yeah, he was my pastor for 9 years. I worked at the ministry for 9 years. Go ahead.
Wow. They call him another David Taylor. You know that, right? A lot of people do.
I'm unaware. Maybe that's because he appears to be very light-skinned when he takes the pictures. Maybe they think he's, I'm just saying. But I mean, if you put makeup on and you do all sorts of things, you can appear to be one way to people all the time.
With the Jerry curl. Yes, sir.
I'm just saying.
Hey, brother. Have a good day, man.
You're very welcome. All right. And I have never said anything, I've never come out and really addressed him and said everything as it relates to him. I just try to, yeah. Well, no. And so I'm having some issues when it comes to these avatars. I have to be honest. But shout out to all of you, and shout out to all of you that have supported the Mad Church Disease channel. I've made my official statement. I appreciate Stephanie. I appreciate Kelly for coming up. Thank y'all so very much. And I'm gonna just tell you at this particular point, I'm gonna go sweeping through the city. And I promise you, I will leave no stone unturned. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. Please make sure that you hit the like button, and please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit the bell icon, and make sure you press all notifications, so that way you will never miss any of the exclusive content that comes on my channel. Make sure that you never miss a video. Now, I try to go live every day about 2:30 Pacific Standard Time, which is about 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. And then I come back at night at around 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, which is about 10:30 Eastern Standard, with some more exclusive content. So if you want more Mad Church Disease show content, we'd love for you to become a revolutionary member of our channel. Please make sure that you hit the join button that's right next to the subscribe button, or somewhere around here, so that you guys can receive access to special community posts. You guys get all of the access to my community only lives, because we've got some sipping chats that we're going to be doing, and you guys will get exclusive content. So just make sure that you head on over to the channel page, click on the join button, and make sure that you do that. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate your love and support, and I'll see you on my very next video.
We are Mad Church Disease, helping you understand that Jesus plus nothing is everything. This is a show for everyone, believers and non-believers, from churched to the unchurched. Help us grow the channel by supporting our non-profit causes and create more consistent content. Donate by Cash App or PayPal, or buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com.